Prop Chat, ultimate insights of trading with Sabio.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Prop Chat, the podcast where we talk to real traders doing real work inside the prop trading world. Today's guest is Pasha, also known in the community as Pancho. He's a professional crypto futures trader with over 10 years of experience, currently trading with Sabio Trade. He's also the creator behind the YouTube channel Pancho Pasha Trading, where he shares his trading breakdowns. In this episode, we're digging into the real pros and cons of prop trading, how it compares to trading your own capital, what to watch out for, and whether staying funded is actually harder than getting there. So he's 32. He's currently living in Kazakhstan, but planning to move out to Malta. He's the owner of the Pancho Pasha trading channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Pasha. Hello, Pasha. First of all, I'd like to thank you for accepting our invitation and becoming a guest here on our podcast. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Hi.
Great. So let's warm up with a quick little game which I called This or That, the pain game. I'm going to throw a few pairs, trading related dilemmas at you, and you just tell me what's tougher for you personally. No explanations needed unless you want to elaborate. So if you're ready, we can start.
Cool. Yeah, let's start.
All right. Let's start. The first one. What's harder? Passing the assessment or staying funded?
Staying funded, definitely. Passing is just a door opener, I would say.
All right. Another one. What's harder? Taking a loss or missing a great setup?
Missing a great setup. Losses are part of the game. Missing a great setup is pain in the ass.
All right. I see. Another one. Bitcoin or altcoins?
Definitely altcoins. Bitcoin is the king and altcoins are just a jungle with a lot of traps.
All right. Let's say trading after a win or trading after a loss?
Trading after a win. Because loss always humbles you, but wins inflates you and makes you overpowered.
All right. And the final one. What's harder? Scaling up or scaling back?
Scaling up. I would say scaling up, definitely.
All right. That was fun. Thank you. So let's move on to the main part of our interview. So you've been in trading for over 10 years. So when and why did you start trading professionally?
Yes. So I'm into the topic for 10 years. That's right. I started professionally, like really professionally, full-time trading 3.5 or 4 years ago. So it was a long journey, as you can see. And back in the days, I decided to do that because I wanted to have freedom. I didn't like to have people around me, bosses, who are telling me what to do. I didn't like to talk to clients or do whatever other people want instead of what I want. So that's the reason.
So speaking of your past, speaking of your experience, what's this one thing that you used to believe in about trading, I don't know, like 10 years ago, that now actually makes you cringe?
If I think about it, it would make me cringe now if I would still believe that there is a holy grail or the one indicator that makes you rich overnight. If the search for this shortcut, because there is no shortcut.
So let's make it clear: there's no holy grail.
There is no holy grail. No.
All right.
No.
Okay. May I ask you what was your biggest personal loss over these years? I mean, how did it happen, and what exactly went wrong? And if something like that happened, how did it really change your approach?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Even now, thinking about it is really hard. But it was part of the journey, definitely. So back in the days, I had I tried futures trading, and I put like my own $5,000 into an account, into a broker, and started trading. I had also a little bit of knowledge already, and the markets were positive towards me. So I made almost over $30,000 just in 4 days. It was so quick. Like I was thinking that I'm the superhero of trading, and then I did a mistake. I was like, I thought that I am the king now, and I lost it all due to one decision that I made. So I left in the end with $2,000, and this opened my eyes. It damaged me emotionally, but it also opened my eyes about how the realistic market works. Right. Yeah. And since then, I see the market as my mirror. So it is always showing yourself and how you are. And if you are undisciplined, you will get the result.
If you're thinking about getting into prop trading, but feel like you're not ready yet or don't know enough, there's some good news for you. That's fixable. Sabio just dropped the 2.0 version of their trading academy, and it's seriously worth checking out. No boring feed, no theory written by ChatGPT. It's all real content from real traders who've been through it. You'll find courses from pro traders, expert reads, webinars, and even personal mentorship. If lack of knowledge is what's stopping you from going prop, Sabio just solved that. All right, let's get a bit personal. What's this one non-financial decision you made in your life that actually oddly prepared you for trading?
It is definitely the part to cut off toxic people, people who have negative energy towards you. And you identify those people if they try to manipulate your mind. Like if you think you are convinced that you can do something and you want to do something, people from outside who are telling you you will not do it, you cannot do it, you need to cut them off because they are not part of the game. They are not part of your energy, and they will just
that's
make
wise.
your life harder. Yeah.
So you, sir, are into crypto trading, but why do you prefer this market? And what are your, favorite assets?
I prefer it because I started, or I don't want to say I got lucky, but I got onto crypto very early. So I was in the spot market. And even back then, crypto always is a chaos. It is an up and down, and not like small up and downs, but it is big up and downs. It is like really chaotic. And myself, I am also very chaotic. I see myself in this volatile, emotional rally, as you see in the Bitcoin, for example. So there's just crystal clear movement. You have a lot of opportunities during the day, and my favorite assets would be definitely Ethereum. If you want to have like clear moves, clean setups, clean structure. If you want to have volatility, I would jump on like Solana or AVAX, and the Bitcoin, of course, because it's just the king of crypto. This teaches you discipline to hold positions for long times, for example.
All right. So you said chaos. You said chaotic. So being in the middle of that chaos, when and why did you decide to try prop trading?
That's actually very recently. So it was, I think, 1 year ago, 1.5 years ago, I came across this topic, like funded trading firms. And I really find it interesting because you do not have to invest your own capital and can still get access to huge capital, right, to trade, of course, based on rule sets and stuff. And honestly, this like prop firm rules give you, a more structured way to handle trading. And you can use the funds or the profits you make for different styles, like boosting your own portfolio, for example, right? So this is what I would say about prop trading, yeah.
And what were your criteria for choosing a prop firm in the first place?
Yeah, so I would take distance from firms which, market with get rich quick stuff and only showing payouts on the landing pages and everything like this. So I look out for transparency, like real reviews, for example, from users, real communities. Sabio has also in the Discord. I like it a lot that people are exchanging there. And fair rules. So we have a lot of prop firms that just change rules in between. So as soon as it comes to your payout, they just change rules and you are not able to pay out again. So stuff like this happens definitely. And this is what I look for: transparency, fair rules, and no clowns there, Chris.
All right. As you probably know, sir, there are many prop firm models out there, like one-step or multi-step assessment, scaling plans, fixed drawdowns, or no drawdowns at all. So, when choosing the firm, what kind of conditions or fine print would give you, let's say, red flags?
Yeah, that's also very important. Of course, anything that looks like a trap. So every promise they make, like for example, get rich quick, as I said, but also the rule set. The more you can find out before you purchase an assessment or create an account about the rule set, the more transparency you have in the firm. So, for example, if they have tight time limits, so they make you overtrade because you do not have enough time to pass the challenge,
Sure,
for
yeah.
example. That's definitely a scam, I would say. Or if they have no real track record, no real community, then it's also probably a scam, I would suggest.
What's one thing you wish prop firms would be honest about on their landing pages?
Yeah, I would definitely wish for a title on a landing page that is saying most of you won't pass. And yeah, as an addition, it should say, and that's on your mindset, not on the rules. So a lot of people, forget that it is, of course, not their own capital, and this prop firm's giving you the capital. They trust in you as a trader. So you have to stick to your skills and control yourself, your emotions, and everything.
Yeah, that would be nice. So let's talk Sabio. Why did you end up with Sabio Trade?
That's actually very interesting. Sabio Trade came to my attention because it has, I think it has like the less, or how do you call it? Like it doesn't have such a strict rule set. So theoretically, I don't want to suggest anything to anybody, but theoretically on Sabio Trade, you can pass the assessment in one day. Like they don't have like this, timely stuff that limits you for you have to go for 3 days or make profits 50-50 for 3 days, stuff like this. It's a really loose rule set, but still you have tight drawdown limits, which makes you think about risk, and this is very cool. So you have a lot of good aspects to the challenge, not too many rules, and of course you have a very nice interface. I really like the platform.
Yeah, visually the platform is absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. So could you please tell us about your assessment? I mean, how long did it take? How many attempts did you make? And what strategy did you use to pass it?
Yeah, very good question. So in the beginning, I was using Sabio very experimental, I would say. So I tried out a lot of things, a lot of stuff. And then I think my first assessment, I passed within 2 days. And I did it on live stream, by the way. And the second one, I think I needed like a week or so, or 3 days, something like this. So very easy, very nice. And of course, I always say it is not the goal to pass the assessment. The goal is to keep the funded account.
Yeah.
Right.
And what strategy did you use?
My strategy, I use my own strategy. I have it is a common strategy all over the internet, but I use the opening range strategy, where I take like a New York or London opening, and based on the breakouts, I trade in the direction, and I use like fair value gaps to keep safe outbreaks, for example, but that'd be too much to go into detail, I guess.
All right, let's compare things. You've traded with your own capital and now with a prop firm, right? So how different do they feel? I mean, for someone who just started out, is prop trading a better entry point than trading, I don't know, their own funds?
Definitely, yes. So I would say psychologically wise, based on psychology. So it is totally different. So let's take my example of my big loss back in the days. Imagine back in the days I would have the option to use an account, a prop account with 5K. So it would not hurt as much as it hurted then losing those 5K account, for example, or blowing it. Of course, with your own money, you always have the aspect of fear of losing it. It is a debt, your personal side. And I would say if you want to start off and really try the trading game, understand the trading game, it is a better solution to go to a prop firm, get this capital, try the assessment, because if you use your own money, you can lose it all. On a prop firm, that's not possible.
All right. So let's see. How have your strategy and your risk management really changed since you started trading with someone else's capital?
That's a good question. Of course, I have my own portfolio where I trade my crypto futures and everything. And I also have the prop assessments. But what the prop assessment helped me with is really tighten it up, like having or stick even further to my rule set. Because on Sabio Trade, I cannot use like the full amount of money or like going high risk or whatever. I have to stick to the rule, and it helped me also to tighten up my risk management in my own, let's say, trading. And it overall gave me a little bit tighter risk management systems that I use, having tighter setups about risk to reward ratios, for example. So it really helped me to see it from the other side, having limits that not I set, but others, set for me.
So you, sir, have built your own YouTube community, Pancho Pasha Trading, right? Guys, if you speak German, go and subscribe. So I assume that you deal with young traders a lot and probably have many useful observations about their mindset and their, expectations maybe. So what are the most common mistakes or assumptions that new traders make about trading?
That's a very good question. I have what I noticed basically in traders who just start off trading, they always they have the knowledge. For example, I mean, we live in a time where you have internet, YouTube, you can learn everything by yourself, right? And I see a lot of people who are starting off who already have a good knowledge of trading, who have the understanding of how it works, what they need for it. But if they go in the market and they start trading first time, and they hit, for example, the stop loss, they say, oh no, now I did a mistake. In my opinion, that's not correct, because if you are a trader and you have a rule set, you have a strategy, and you place a trade based on your rules, like you followed each rule, everything was fulfilled, you set the trade and it landed in stop loss, that's not a mistake. That is just statistics. So a mistake would be if you would not, stick to your rules, not to your strategy. This would be a mistake. And I think this is what a lot of young traders or beginner traders see wrong, because they think they're making mistakes, but they're not. They're just doing statistics. In the end, the mistake is not to stick to the rules, right?
All right. Speaking of young traders, speaking of newbies, are there any red flags in a trader's thinking that tell you that they're just not ready yet?
Yes. Yeah, there are a lot of things. I would say, for example, if somebody, if I hear, I have a signal group, I will be reached tomorrow, for example, it's a big red flag. But also like those people who think that they can jump on the markets and place a trade and be rich overnight. This is not possible. Same with, people who say like, I will just double down my drawdown and recover or something like this. And especially if you talk to traders, nobody will really talk about their balances, their profits or money. They will always talk to you in terms of risk to reward ratio. They will ask you, what is your risk to reward ratio?
That's wise. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. This is what I would say would be a red flag, of course, in a trader mindset.
All right. From what you've seen, from your experience, do most funded traders actually keep their accounts?
At this point, I would say we can keep it real and say no. I know there are some people who are long-term holding funded accounts. We have also some in our Discord. But I believe most of the people, if it comes to the question, most of the funded traders will not keep it for long. So they will make some profits, and we are humans. We are greedy. We always want more. And if you have a funded account, and especially after you made some profits with it, right? You know that, okay, even though I lose it now, I can still buy another assessment and do it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go higher risk. You just, you have a lack of discipline over time, I guess. So, and this is why I believe most funded traders will not keep their accounts.
And by the way, if you're watching this and thinking, okay, but how do I adapt my own strategy for prop trading? We've got you covered. At Sabio, you can book a session with our mentor, Oleg, and he's a beast when it comes to optimizing strategies for prop rules. Just tell him how you trade, and he'll spot weak points, suggest improvements, and help you align your approach with prop style discipline. Seriously, this one conversation could save you weeks of trial and error. So go book it. As you probably know, there's a lot of buzz around payouts. In your experience or observation, how much do prop traders actually earn? I mean, what's realistic?
So based on my experience, I would say also like from our Discord, I saw screenshots from people with 50K accounts having payouts of 5 to 8K per month. So that's realistic.
That's good. Yeah.
But of course, if you take it like slow and secure, I can say like for everything from 1 to 5K in a slow pace is totally possible, I would say.
And who is prop trading really not for?
Yeah, I think there is a set of people who is definitely not suitable for prop trading. That's those people who are searching for dopamine, external validation, shortcuts. So this is no shortcut. You have to be disciplined. So basically, prop trading is for those people who can do boring stuff very well every single day.
Do you personally have any, I don't know, specific goals regarding your prop trading profits? Like maybe buying a house or a yacht? Or do you just go with the flow and see where it takes you?
That's also a good point. I see it a little bit different because I'm a little bit different when it comes to prop trading. I trade my own funds and I also have like prop trading assessments as well. I use prop trading profits more as a fuel to my own portfolio, so I can use the money to purchase more coins, do some more trading with my own funds. So for me, it is more a fuel to fund my own capital, let's say. Right? But definitely, I agree. There are also people who can just live out from prop trading profits and make their dreams come alive, buying houses, whatever. So, in my opinion, that's definitely possible. But for me, it is more like a fuel for my own capital, my own. I'm using the profits to make more on my own portfolio without waiting for my portfolio to grow itself.
All right, let's fantasize a bit. If you had to choose prop trading or classic trading with your own capital, and you couldn't do both, which would you stick with and why?
Okay. In that case, definitely I would say prop trading. I would always stick with prop trading just because of the fact that I can scale bigger with less stress. I do not have the fear of losing my own money or losing it all one day or whatsoever. I always have the option to start over. So I have more room for, let's say, human mistakes, right? So I would say I would go with prop trading, definitely.
All right, continuing with some fantasizing. If someone gave you $100,000 of their own money to manage today, how would that change your behavior compared to a prop account?
Yeah. First of all, I would never recommend to borrow money for trading from anyone.
Sure. Yeah.
Despite it, if it is a prop firm, of course, it's their business. But in that case, you have to see it like this. So somebody is giving trust in you. They give you something, and they trust that you will turn it into something. It's same like I compare it like with having a child from your friend. So your friend trusts you and gives you his child, and you have to take care. So you are even more considerate about his care about the child. I mean, and you tighten up your rule set to make the child be okay. And the same is with capital from a prop firm. So they trust in you, so you have to put the trust they give you above your ego. You do not have to your own, I want now big money, fast money. This stuff you have to take back and put the trust they give you on top, because it's in the end they are trusting you to use your skills correctly and not your emotions. Yeah.
So in your opinion, what's really worse? Prop trading obligations like drawdowns and maximum daily losses, or the fear of losing your own money in regular trading?
I would say losing your own money. Like, this is the biggest fear, is always losing own money. It tackles you differently emotionally as well. So the prop rules just give you a framework. Like, I would say it is like losing your own capital. It hits deeper always, right? So if you have a big loss in your personal account or in your personal finances, it is always like, paralyzing you. So you always have an emotional, at least a small emotional damage from it. If you don't pass an assessment, for example, or hit your max drawdown, you can start over. It's no problem. It's fine. You did not lose like your 20K.
All right. As far as I understand, you've changed environments a lot, from Kazakhstan to Germany, and now you're planning on to move out to Malta. So is that your way of staying mentally sharp, or are you just chasing something you haven't found yet?
Yeah, if you put it like this, maybe I'm chasing something that I didn't found yet, because Malta was always a big dream of mine, and I never was like very sure to do this step. At the moment, it just has. I don't want to go or to be too political, but I just have a newborn son. He's 2 months old, and for me, Germany is currently not the right place to raise him. And trading gives me the opportunity to make the decision to leave. And that's why I think changing my environment also helps me psychologically. Being in a sunny place, having good people around me, my family, and of course, strong Wi-Fi, which is very important.
Yeah, that would be nice. So, but have you ever taken time off from trading? And if you have, what did it show you?
Yes, I have, definitely. Talking about my biggest loss before, I took a very long break after that, because it really broke me. Like, it was my savings that I lost there. And I took a long time, like almost a year. After a year, I came back. I tried it again. What I noticed at this point was, in the time I was doing the break, I had a reset. It helped me a lot to rethink what I have done before, to understand my mistakes and come back even stronger. And since then, I always, even now, whenever I feel like I'm getting too much into the charts, or my thoughts are too cloudy, I do not like clearly see what I want to do, I just take a break for 1 day, 2 days, even a week, and come back. And whatever this break always shows me is that I always come back stronger, and I perform better because I am clearer in my thoughts and in my analytical view.
All right, and the final question is here. If you could give one brutally honest piece of advice to someone considering a prop challenge, what would it be?
That's a good one. I would definitely suggest that they should forget about passing an assessment the goal. They should focus on surviving after the assessment is done. So keeping the funded account alive. So if you hit it, for example, or if you can make it after the assessment and keep your account for 30 days, it is considered to be very good. So you are very disciplined, and I think then you're halfway through.
So seems like that's it. We'd like to thank you for your insights and for your honesty, sir. That was a very deep and very thought-provoking conversation. We're wishing you a great success on your journey with Sabio. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. Bye-bye.
Have a great one. Goodbye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Prop Chat. Ultimate insights of trading with Sabio.
And to you, our viewers, if you got value from this convo, don't forget to follow us and Pancho for more information. And hey, If you want to stay sharp between episodes, follow Sabio on Instagram, Telegram, TikTok, and Discord. The links are in the description to this video. And by the way, it's a great day for trading. Just think about it. See you very soon.